the great heroes of the Catholics are Moors, and they're still in Spain. They just amalgamated it. The expulsion was supposed to happen in the 1600s. The 1492, they didn't kick all Moors out, even according to their historical lies, because they know it never happened. 200 years later, they want to say they kicked the Moors out, but it did. They just intermarry, and they just, you know, they become who they become, just like the Native Americans, Indians that you see. They look pale. They look, I mean, you know, the pale man, you know, because there's a marriage and intermingling, and that's what it is. The real Native Americans look like me, you know what I'm saying? Look like Randy, look like Panama, you know what I'm saying? They're the real Native Americans, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then, you know, I say I'm black, Randy say he black, we say you black, I mean, we black people, but we don't, you know, we don't claim to be Native Americans, you know what I'm saying? So, what is a Native American? Native American is, you know, are Africans that came here before Columbus. That's all it is, period, bottom line. That's it, you know what I'm saying? There's only one people, everybody comes from Africa, you know what I'm saying? So, again, we'll get more into, you know, you should watch this again. I really went through this quick, but we'll now the scene is set. You know how the Charlemagne influence and how the Catholics, even the war even started, because I'll tell you, Charlemagne is the first person that they can even attribute to a war with Spain. Because when they do the research and they go to archaeology, if I can say this real quick, they never see any signs of war. The Carthaginian War never happened. Ferdinand and Isabella, they never happened. They still talk about sieges. That's how they try to say it. They sieged. They just surrounded the town and they never fought. They just starved them out because there was no wars. It's just amalgamation. It's all ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to be a king of somebody if you ain't got the right knowledge. If your knowledge ain't right, nobody's going to follow you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody with right knowledge is going to come in and take over. And that's without a war. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, so everybody that's thinking about we need to fight these people. We need to fight, you know, the Europeans. That's unnecessary. The Europeans didn't fight the Native Americans. They amalgamated with them. You know what I'm saying? And then they just they infused, like, it's just like the 1800s, the 1900s, they just doing so many Europeans. It's too many of them now. Not to say it's too many of them now, but you know what I'm saying, like, you know, who's to say that who came in when? You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that who was a part of this and who was a part of that? You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that they had slaves and they did? You know what I'm saying? When most of the people that came here came in with this immigration way. So that's how they get you, through infiltration. Like I say, Jamestown is a little island in a swamp. You know what I'm saying? They didn't come to the main part of the land and just come fighting. No, who they come with first? They come with the missionaries. They come with the Pope and with the Connect first. The Connect gonna come to make sure we can do business here first. He gonna come with some missionaries, come with some blankets that got smallpox, that got disease, giving away some fire water laced with opium. That was the whole trick. Everybody had alcohol, but they would lace their joint. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what we need to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, we think that it's war, but it's not war. It's infiltration. It's manipulation, and you know, and it's just history. Because again, like, first of all, I just want to say something. The reason why Thomas Jefferson said that black people and white people cannot be ruled by the same laws is because the Europeans, Oliver Cromwell, deposed the king and didn't want to be king, but the Europeans begged for a king. I'm sorry, the English begged for a king. They begged for a king. They needed leadership, and he know the Africans don't have leadership. We got ciphers. People sit around a fire and they pass the information around. So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying they can't be ruled by, not say Africans, even the Indians, because what affects him affects me, and then if it affects me, it affects him because he's next to me. You know what I'm saying? So everybody here are attached. So they say you can't be ruled by the same laws, because the English people begged for Oliver Cromwell to be king. He had to take on some title called Lord Protectorate. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted a king, but they deposed the king. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, they beg for kings. You know what I mean? But now they got the Masons, so the Masons make sure there'll never be a king. Because, again, I'm not against the Masons, because the Catholic Church was suppressing the knowledge. If it wasn't for a Protestant movement, which was the opposite, which was conflict and chaos, which they believe in,